I'm just going to say it up front. I love this game so much, and I would give my life for Bunger. Welcome back to Part-Time Gaming. This is a series where we analyze and rate video games from the perspective of a full-time working professional. My goal with this series is to give people with full-time jobs and busy lives, like myself, reviews of games that analyze how compatible they are with the busy professional's lifestyle. Today, we're talking about Bugsnax. This game definitely snuck up on me, and I went into it completely blind, not knowing what to expect. It was described to me as Pokemon Snap with Muppets, which certainly intrigued me, but I definitely didn't expect to fall in love with it as much as I did. Everything from the story, to the atmosphere and the world building, to the music, to, of course, Bunger, my baby, was absolute perfection. I beat this game in 5 nights because I couldn't stop playing it after work. I honestly may make another video where I just talk about everything in this game that grabbed me so tightly and gush about the characters and settings, because the format of these reflection videos just won't give me enough room to speak all of the thoughts that I have on Bugsnax. But this is a reflection video, so today I'm going to be talking about the following 5 features of Bugsnax: session length, game length, pick up and play, engagement, and frustration. I'll rate the game on a scale of 1 to 10 in each of these categories and then give my final score and conclusion. Without further ado, let's talk about the beautiful world of Bugsnax. First up, we have session length, which is how long a general play session needs to last in order to feel satisfying and not feel like you just wasted your precious time. Because the truth is, people working full-time jobs just don't have a lot of hours to devote to video games sometimes. And it's nice when a game is created in a way that the core gameplay loop allows you to not have to spend a ton of time playing in order to feel like you accomplished something. I think that Bugsnax excels in this category. You could pop into the game and play for a few minutes if you wanted to, just run around and catch a few Bugsnax, maybe talk to some of the villagers and complete a quest for them, and that's enough to have a satisfying session. It's such a great gameplay loop, and the Bugsnax are especially fun and satisfying to figure out how to catch. You can spend an entire play session just working on catching one tricky Bugsnax, or you can catch 50 easy ones if you want to. Either way, it's just so easy to spend exactly how much time you want anytime you play this game, and that is a sign of a great game in my opinion. Ironically, I never played this game for less than an hour because I was having such a good time, but the point is I could have if I wanted to. It is a perfect game for busy or tired people who may only have a few minutes here and there to hop on and go Bugsnax hunting or have some wonderful conversations with the villagers. I'm giving Bugsnax a 10 out of 10 in the session length category. Next is game length, which is how long it generally takes to beat the main story of the game, not including things like collectibles, achievements, secrets, and the like. In the case of Bugsnax, you can get through the main story in just a couple of hours if you ignore all of the characters' side quests, although I would very much recommend that you play the side quests if you play this game, because they add a lot of color to the characters and really flesh them out, and a lot of them are really fun. But I think that the length of this game was perfect for someone who may not have a ton of time to play. It wasn't so short that I felt that it was lacking anything. It took me a week to beat it while playing it for an hour or two every night, and for the type of game that this is and the content that it offers, that's a perfect amount of time. It didn't overstay its welcome at all, and I felt like I was able to get a great experience out of it and move on if I wanted to. But, like I said, the side quests add so much depth to the game and the characters that I hopped back in after I beat the main story to play some more, including the DLC. Bugsnax is pretty much the perfect length for busy professionals. It won't take up too much of your time, so you won't feel like you're neglecting other games or activities that you want to try as well, but the time you do spend in it will be incredibly fun. I give Bugsnax a 10 out of 10 in the game length category, and I think this is the first time that I've ever given a game a 10 in more than one category. I guess I really just had a good time with this one. Up next is pick up and play. This is how easy it is to pick up the game and start playing quickly without having to remember things like controls and objectives, or if it's your first time playing, learning those things in the first place. Sometimes you just get busy and can't play for a week or two, or even longer, and when you finally get time to play it again, you don't want to have to spend a ton of time relearning what you were doing, how to pick up objects, things like that. You just want to play. Bugsnax does pretty well in this category. The controls aren't too complicated and you have a quest log that helps you keep track of what you were doing, There's also a Bugopedia in your journal that you can reference to help you find where to catch certain Bugsnax, which is useful for many quests. And it is really helpful when you pop back into the game and don't really remember where to catch something. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult to remember how exactly to use one of the 6 tools you're given to catch Bugsnax with, and it can be hard for some players to just figure out how to catch the more elusive Bugsnax to begin with. This means that for some people, they may have a hard time picking up the game and catching on to the mechanics quickly, but I don't think that this is an issue for most people. There were a couple of times when I was playing that I mixed up some of the controls or accidentally pulled out my camera when I didn't mean to, or conversely, forgot how to pull the camera out when I needed it quickly. But these moments were few and far between. For the most part, I think this game is simple to play and hard to master, which is a great difficulty curve for quasi-puzzle games like Bugsnax. I give Bugsnax an 8 out of 10 in the pick up and play category. Next up we have engagement, which is how focused your mind absolutely has to be while playing. Sometimes when you're tired from work or just life in general, I guess, you want to be able to play a game where you can just unwind and not think too hard while playing. Bugsnax is a bit of a mix in this category. It really depends on what you actually want to accomplish while you're playing it. You can definitely just wander around the island watching Bugsnax live in their natural habitat, maybe catch one here and there and return to Snaxburg, the main camp, to chit-chat with the villagers. It can be such a chill experience to do these things and not even have to worry about any of the main quests or even the side quests for that matter. You can just turn your brain off, take in the diverse sights of the island, and listen to this super relaxing OST. My wife consistently fell asleep while I was playing this game, which she attributed to the chill music. On the other hand, if you are trying to actually progress the story and complete the main quests, you can't really shut your brain off. Sure, nothing in the main story of this game is too difficult or requires too much brain power, but you certainly can't be on autopilot. You're going to have to be figuring out how to catch some of the more elusive and complicated Bugsnax, as well as uncovering a couple of mysteries here and there that will require you to actually think. The horror. Again, nothing you run into in Bugsnax is going to cause you to have to take notes or be on your toes or anything, but you do need to actually pay attention and spend some time focusing on catching difficult Bugsnax. The great thing about this game, though, is that when you get tired of all that, you can just go relax on the beach and watch some Bugsnax run around, or spend some time decorating your hut. It allows you to breathe and unwind a bit, which is something that I find incredibly valuable in a game. I give Bugsnax a 7 out of 10 in the engagement category. Our final category is frustration. Are you going to spend a lot of your time playing the game angry or annoyed or frustrated? Is it going to raise your blood pressure? When I already don't have much time to play games in the first place, I don't want to spend that precious time annoyed at the game I'm playing. Bugsnax is usually not a frustrating game. Like I've already said multiple times now, this game can be incredibly relaxing and a great way to just unwind. It's easy to play for a couple of hours and not really encounter anything that will annoy you or make you rage quit. However, there are a couple of things that can be frustrating to deal with. Some of the Bugsnax can be very finicky to catch. The good news is that the main quests don't have you catching many of these types of Bugsnax very often, but several of the side quests send you on missions that can get old quickly. I'm someone who likes to try and figure out puzzles and games on my own without the help of online guides and tutorials, but there were a few Bugsnax that I gave up on catching on my own and looked to the internet for help. This bothered me and honestly made me feel like I was cheating, which I know is dumb, but that's just how it made me feel in the moment. I just wish I could have figured the way to catch these Bugsnax out on my own, because that feeling when you do is so incredibly satisfying. So it was always frustrating when I encountered a Bugsnax that I couldn't conquer on my own due to, in my opinion at least, a lack of context clues in the environment and Bugsnax info. Other than this though, the only other thing in the game that really bothered me was all of the backtracking that you sometimes have to do. There are several areas of the island that can only be reached by going through another area to get there, and for some quests you'll be going back and forth between these areas in Snaxburg. It got old pretty quickly, but at least there is a sprint feature that lets you go faster. I just wish they had thought of a better way to handle these quests than constantly going back and forth between Snaxburg to talk to the quest owner and the areas where you're being sent to. These frustrations that I have with this game never overwhelmed the positive experience I had playing it, however. The overall peaceful attitude of the game and the lovely characters and environments, as well as the engaging core gameplay loop, shined through all of the more underwhelming moments. I give Bugsnax a 6 out of 10 in the frustration category. In conclusion, I'm so glad that I gave this game a chance. Bugsnax is full of so much charm and fun. It was the perfect game for me to spend my weeknights playing. It's certainly not perfect, but what game is? The beauty in this game is in all the small moments that happen throughout it. Whether it's having a hilarious or extremely heartfelt conversation with one of the villagers, or when you finally catch a Bugsnax that you've been going after, or maybe just walking around the island for a bit and taking in the sights and sounds, and most especially the music. It all comes together in one amazing little experience that I think is so well suited for a working adult who may not have much time to play, but who wants the time they do spend in the game to be well worth it. Altogether, Bugsnax gets an 8.2 out of 10. I'm sure I won't ever forget the time I spent exploring this world, especially my time with Bunger. This has been Part Time Gaming. Thank you, and God bless.